Good morning, student. Welcome this morning on the Level 2 program, Level 2 session on Grenache grape variety. Grenache grape variety in southern France. Yeah? Grenache grape variety, very important grape variety from southern France. Okay? Learning outcome, we are going to be understanding how the environmental influences, grape growing options and wine making options impact the style and the quality of Grenache grape variety in southern France. And also we look at some criteria, assessment criteria, and you will, end of the session, you will be able to describe the characteristics of Grenache grape variety, describe how the environmental influences, grape growing options and wine making impact the Grenache based wines from the southern France. Also, you will be able to describe the styles and the quality of wines from the Grenache grape variety from GI of southern France. Alex, can you tell me what is GI?
Geographic indicator?
Yes, geographical indicator of southern France. Describe and compare the styles of quality of Grenache grape varieties from Côte d'Iran, Village and Châteauneuf-du-Pape AOC. Before we move on to the session, I'm going to check on some prior learning with you all, okay? So, the first prior learning question goes to Prabal. Can you give me a reason why winemakers use oak barrels?
To give some flavor.
Yes, Prabal, you're correct. Oak adds secondary flavors in the winemaking process when the wines are going through maturation. If a winemaker decides to use old oak barrel, will the flavors be high or low? Alex?
Low.
Low? Yes, very correct. What do you think when a winemaker blends a wine together, Charu?
It brings consistency and complexity.
Consistency, complexity and style. Very good, very good. Give me a grape variety which ripens successfully in the warmer climate.
Grenache.
Grenache, yes. This Grenache grape variety ripens successfully in the warmer climate. What would be the level of sugar if it is coming from a warmer climate? Will it be high or low?
High.
High in sugar level. So if it is higher in sugar level, alcohol is going to be higher as well. Okay, so let's look at the characteristics of Grenache grape variety coming from the warmer climate. We are looking at some red fruit of red berries and red cherries and strawberries and plums coming in from there. Okay. And the last one, tell me 2 winemaking methods are used for rosé winemaking.
Short maceration.
Yes.
And blending.
Correct, Alex. Short maceration and blending. We move on to Grenache grape variety. Grenache thrives in warmer climate and it's also called Garnacha in Spain. And this black grape variety, which is very thin skin, low to medium in tannin, low acidity, higher level of sugar. Because of what, Alex? Higher level of sugar comes from?
The climate.
Climate, the warmer climate. Very correct. And it also has some red fruit flavors. Can you tell me, Prabal, what are the red fruit flavors are we expecting from Grenache from a warmer climate?
Cherry, plums, berries.
All are going to be more of a red fruit flavors. And it also adds some kind of a spicy note like licorice and white pepper in the grape, which is coming from here. And often it is blended with Syrah or very good local grape varieties. Yeah, and goes through, the winemaker decides if he wants to do unoaked or oaked aged barrel, goes through some level of maturation through oak barrels and good in production of red wine and rosé wine production. Here also Grenache is very good in delivering some great outstanding to brilliant wines. Very good to outstanding to excellent wines. Examples where they deliver some earth, meat and brilliant dried fruit flavors and caramel. covered the topic in the previous session, 16th chapter. Can you, Jane, tell me the Syrah characteristics?
It has high tannin,
Mm-hmm.
what we call high level of alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
medium body, or high acidity and medium body.
And if it is coming from a warmer, hotter climate, what are we expecting?
To bring in more.
It's going to be more of full bodied, high alcohol, high tannin, and ripe flavors of characteristics.
And black fruit.
Yes. And Grenache, if it is grown, the yield is very important in Grenache. Okay? The yield plays a very important role. What is yield? Yield is a measure of amount of fruit produced per hectoliter per area. In some production region, the maximum yields are set by law. So, the higher the yield, what happens? The grapes have dilute flavors and lower level of sugar. The lower the yield,
The higher the concentration.
higher the concentration. Okay, it becomes much more in terms of commercially smaller in production, the commercially, right? So commercially not viable. Okay, and Grenache is absolutely brilliant, excellent wine for rosé winemaking. Due to its red fruit flavor, strawberry, red plum, red cherry, it is used commonly to make rosé wines using short maceration, as you said. Short maceration method. These wines can range from dry to medium in sweetness level and typically intended to consume young and chilled, these wines. And now we go on to the blending. As we said, Syrah, if it is blended along with Grenache. Jane, can you tell me what's going to bring in this combination? A good balance, complexity, and good for aging as well in a bottle. Okay? And oak maturation. Due to Grenache's delicate grapefruit, okay, the wine produces favor old oak over the new oak. That's why, because it's very delicate in flavors. So many simple Grenache grape variety can produce some good medium-bodied wines to very good outstanding wines. Yeah. So we now go to an important area in southern France, Languedoc-Roussillon. Languedoc-Roussillon is an important appellation. Within Languedoc-Roussillon, there is Minervois AOC. Minervois appellation on originate and sorbet. Okay, this appellation is very important. Alex, can you tell me the Minervois AOC, how the environmental influences and the winemaking options are?
Because it's in southern France, it's probably a warm climate, so they have a successful ripening.
And what is a fruit, delivers a fruit flavor of?
Grenache will be red fruit flavors.
Yes, red. Can you
Red
tell me?
cherry, red plum, strawberry.
And it's usually in this particular region, remember, it's blended with local grape varieties and Syrah. Yeah, and here what happens is this appellation can deliver some complex wine to us. Warmer climate, Grenache grape variety, very important appellation. Remember that. Yeah. Okay. So now we go on to another important appellation in southern Rhone. We are coming now to southern Rhone. In the southern Rhone, the climate is warmer climate. And let's compare a bit with the northern Rhone. Northern Rhone, the climate is very moderate, and Syrah is the only grape permitted to be grown in northern Rhone. Yeah, northern Rhone, the vineyards are mostly on a slope, planted in a slope. Here in the southern Rhone, it's more of a valley flattened. In the northern Rhone, Syrah, can you tell me what it delivers, the characteristics of Syrah?
High tannins, black fruit, fuller body.
And if it is coming from a warmer climate?
High sugar level.
High sugar level, high alcohol, high tannin, fuller body. Okay, so these are going to be from a warmer climate. Okay, so important you need to remember about the climate differentiation in the northern Rhone and southern Rhone, the aspect and the grape variety permitted. Grape variety is only Syrah in the northern Rhone, southern Rhone it's Grenache, the other grape varieties. Yeah? And now, an important appellation we will go to is in the southern Rhone is Châteauneuf du Pape AOC. Châteauneuf du Pape AOC, you see these little pebble stones there. What it does, what do you think, Alex? Why are so popular pebble stones in the vineyard? What effect does it have?
The stones absorb the heat during the day, and then during the night they radiate the heat back to the vines.
Yes, very correct. So,
And that allows the grapes to ripen.
successfully. Correct, yes. So, these pebble stones, the stones here, the larger stones, which are most of them are located in the Châteauneuf du Pape region, absorb all the heat during the day and radiate back to the vineyard in the night and in the grapes in the night for a successful ripening. Yeah. And now we go to the labeling terminology, very important labeling terminology in understanding about the wines from Grenache grape variety from southern France. Okay, we're looking at Côte de Rhone, a simple style, less expensive. Simple style, less expensive, lot of red fruit flavors with some pepper tones. Can you tell me how would it be better in AOC from Côte de Rhone Village, Alex?
It would be more complex wines, more concentration.
Complex and concentrated in the village style, right? Village AOC. So you remember Côte de Rhone and Côte de Rhone, there's already some differentiation in the labeling terminology and the quality of the wine. Remember that. Yeah? And Châteauneuf du Pape AOC, a well-known appellation we just spoke about in the previous slide. This appellation, very important because what effect does it have?
The grapes are ripening
Environmental effect.
because of the stones they absorb and ripening of the grapes happen.
Correct. Yes. During the day, the stones absorb a lot of heat and radiate back in the night to the grapes, which brings in some successful ripening. And this Châteauneuf du Pape AOC is an important appellation for producing some full-bodied wine with high level of alcohol. And many of the vineyards are covered with large stones. Yeah. So Côte de Rhone Village and Châteauneuf du Pape. Châteauneuf du Pape, you remember, also has some good potential for maturing wines in the bottle, aging wines in the bottle. So now we come back to the final session, final assessment. What are the different flavor characteristics can we expect from Grenache rubber?
Red fruit flavors, strawberry, plums, berries.
Excellent. And Jane, can you tell me what fruit flavors can develop when the wines are going through maturation in the oak barrel?
What do we call complexity? Caramel, dried fruit, and nuts.
That's right. Okay, they can deliver some real caramel, dried fruits and nuts, etc. Okay, let's compare the AOC and Côte de Rhone Village AOC wines. Okay, so So, Prabal, can you tell me what are the characteristic styles and flavor could we have from a simple Côte d'Ivoire and a Côte d'Ivoire village?
Côte d'Ivoire village is more complex, more darker, more tannins, while Côte d'Ivoire is more simpler and less expensive.
That's right, correct. So now we'll come to the last final and checking. Syrah. Jane, you remember we discussed, we covered the topic about Syrah. Can you recap the characteristics of Syrah and when it is blended with Grenache grape variety?
What we call it? You say high tannin? Okay, it's a medium body, so between blended with what we call with the Grenache.
Yes.
And very good for blending rosé wines.
Yes, so we're talking about the red wine with Grenache and the Syrah and the Grenache. What happens here is when it is blended, it's going to bring in some real high level of tannin and high level of body, and it adds color and tannin to the Grenache grape variety.
And Syrah you mentioned is in the northern road, right?
Yes, and Syrah is also grown in the southern grown. Yeah, and Chateauneuf de Pau. If it's gone through a bottle aging, can you tell me what flavors it can develop?
Meat, earth.
Correct. Dry fruit, meaty, earthy characters when it's gone through bottle aging. Yeah. Thank you everyone. We complete the Grenache session for now and we'll take a short break and we'll come back.
Thank you.
Thank you.